This is Full-Time Devils, the Brighton preview. Gaz Drinkwater here with Jay Motti in the studio.
You all right?
Yes, good. Adam Mckola's here too, and Stephen Howson is joining us as well on the preview today. Right, Brighton. We've been in a few different cups recently, but this has really got to be our bread and butter, hasn't it? This is where we need to get our form back on track in the league, Jay.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, we've had some good results in the cups. Good win in the Europa League, good win over Chelsea in the League Cup, but it's week in, week out you go in to watch the league, and it's week in, week out. By and large, we haven't been good enough. I mean, I know we've had a couple of good results, but, the likes of Crystal Palace, Newcastle, West Ham, I don't need to go into it, hasn't been great. So we need to step it up in the league. Yes, beating Partizan is a positive thing, but it's not what you expect from Manchester United. You expect us to be able to beat the likes of Brighton as well. Come on, Brighton at Old Trafford, that should be a banker. But the way our form's been this season and the way we've struggled, it isn't, and that's just not good enough. So yeah, I want to see us step it up, and I want to see us, I can't say taking the league more seriously. I think we are taking the league seriously, but we're just not playing well enough in it. We've got to improve our league performances because they've just been well below par.
It's about the way we play in it sometimes. I'm almost worried going into this game that I think we're going to have more possession. And when we have more possession, we don't really win the game. Howson, how do we fix that?
I would have said play Juan Mata, but I don't know if Juan Mata can play Thursday, Sunday. Before the last game, I wanted to see Mata brought in because in that type of game, recently we've been using Pereira and Lingard, and the decision-making of Pereira is just not good, and Lingard's creativity is, that final ball isn't what he's good at. So Juan Mata was the obvious choice. We haven't used him correctly in recent times. We've played him in the bigger games where we've not really got the ball, and you don't really get the best out of Juan Mata unless you've got the ball. Juan Mata's issue is I don't know how many years he's got left, or months even, you could argue, left at United. I don't know how long he can be a first choice or even a backup choice for United. But if he doesn't play, I mean, I'm trying to do my 11, and we've got doubts over McTominay. There's probably a doubt over Mata because he's already played once this week. So you're struggling for players. Angel Gomez is injured. You're looking around going, I don't actually know what we can throw in here, to be honest. So it's got to be with a properly creative midfielder. I would love to see someone deeper being brought in, but the players that we've got in the academy and those that are left in the squad without Pogba, plain and simple, just not up to the task, to be honest. Sanchez might have been really good in this number 10 role, to be honest. It might have really suited what he was about. Something we'll never get to know.
Wouldn't have. See, now.
We just don't have many options there, do we? What about trying someone like Marcus Rashford at number 10, Adam?
I don't think Marcus Rashford's a number 10.
We've not got anyone else.
I think we finally nailed down his spot is a left forward or a right forward. I think there's games where, because you look at the link-up play that's building between him and Martial, which I've been really impressed with in their last few games, there isn't the argument to say you could play him there for a game or two, especially given that he will do the running for you, he will do the working for you, and all that stuff. But I don't want to start convoluting Marcus Rashford's brain and start, let's play him in behind the 10 now. Let's move him here, move him there. I don't think he's got the subtlety to his game to do that. But I do think with Martial playing, it could be a possibility. But then you're looking at almost a 2 up top, because I think Marcus Rashford is going to drift further afield. He's going to drift out wide. And I think with a number 10, yes, they can have an ability to pull out wide. They need that movement. I think predominantly they always have to be working from that central area and looking to pick out passes. And I think you've got to get a natural fit in there. Like Steve was talking about, Juan Mata works in there because he's a natural fit, especially when you've got so much pace around him. And if you're just trying to force someone in there as a stopgap procedure, I don't think it helps anybody. I think at this moment in time, Manchester United are in a transitional period, whether you like it or not. We're not going to win the league this year. We're not going to get top 4 this year. So actually, being able to say, right, this is a transitional period. This is an area we've got a problem with. Why don't we try out players that actually are suited to that position? Angel Gomez, hopefully when he's back, or if he doesn't sign for Barcelona or whatever is going on with that kid, get him back in the team, get him in that number 10 position. And I think he can be someone, look, we got 2 games left in the Europa League now. There's no reason why Angel shouldn't be getting 2 starts there if he's fit.
I think he will.
So I think it's time to actually find someone that's suited to the job, ready-made for the job, rather than trying to force someone in. And you're looking at our number 10s at the moment, and we haven't got many great ones. Jesse Lingard's not performing. Juan Mata is old. And Angel Gomez, like I said, don't know what's going on with him. So once we settle that down, we'll be all right. But we just can't be playing square pegs in round holes and all that.
Well, I understand the criticism about Juan Mata and maybe his lack of a turn of pace and the fact that he's getting on a little bit, but...
That's not a criticism, that's just a fact.
Not from you, from most Man United fans. But...
And slower than milk.
But he is still better in that position than both Jesse Lingard and Andreas Pereira for me.
Yeah, but it's like Steve was saying, you know, can he play 2 games in the space of 4 days when he's hardly played any football and at age as well? Maybe if you didn't play him on Thursday night, then maybe you could have started him against Brighton. But I don't know if you can start him in both and play full games as well. I don't know about that. And I think, you know, it might be a bit of an ask, especially when he's not playing a lot of football this season. So, yeah, when Juan Mata's in that number 10 role, he can look the part. But, you know, it's a different kettle of fish as well, playing like every now and again in the Europa League and then playing week in, week out in the Premier League. I think that's a bit of an ask for him. I don't know if he's up to it. We need the Juan Mata of a few years ago, not the Juan Mata we've got now, and that's no disrespect to him because I love Juan Mata. It's just, especially when you've got the likes of Martial, James, and Rashford, the pace you've got. Yes, he can use that, but there's times when he's going to get found out a little bit, and I don't know. I think we're sort of it's wishful thinking, and it's in the position we're left in where we've got so few options now that as soon as the likes of like Lingard's out of form or Pereira, what's going on with him? Is he number 10? He's been used in that role, but for me, he's flattered to deceive a little bit. So yeah, he's struggling, and Juan Mata can look good, but I just don't see him doing it in the Premier League week in, week out. I think it's just, like I said, lack of other options.
Right, is this a chance in the league for Ollie to get a few more of the fans behind him? Because we've said that maybe he could have his job saved by the cups almost, but I don't think that's the case. I think that fans are 100% the league. That is our most important thing. So if things don't go his way this weekend, it's going to be back on the other end of the spectrum, innit?
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't think if he wins, he's all the fans that don't like him or don't trust him are going to turn around and say, right, this is it now. We beat Brighton at home. I'm buying into what he's doing.
I think we'd have more of a reaction to that though than winning in the League Cup.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. I think Ollie now, he's at the point where it's like the wins don't really turn people around, but the losses sort of encourage those that are against him. If we don't beat Brighton, if we even get a draw, then the Ollie out brigade are going to be out in full force, aren't they? They're going to be singing it from the rafters. Where if we get a win, no one's going to, who last week was saying Ollie's not the right man for the job, is going to say, oh, do you know what? Now we've beat Brighton. No, I'm Ollie in. So I think for me, he's just got to keep going. He's got to keep going. He's got to start winning games that we expect to win. And then hopefully...
We've got to learn how to like, by now we should be used to losing anyway. It's been 6 years of them. But I think we've got to learn to not... It's hard to say in 2019 when you got bellends all over the place, but just not to be overreactionary after every result, whether it's a win or a defeat. Like, I think it's clear that this is a bigger picture idea right now. And whether Ollie's the man or not, I think he'll be held accountable probably at the end of the season. It's looking like, nothing's going to change yet. Like, what's going mental over a win against Brighton and then we're going to lose the next game is a very big possibility. And if we lose against Brighton, there's a possibility we might actually perform well in some games and beat. And that's the team that we are at the minute. So just got to relax, man. It's going to be a long one, I think these 6 years have been long. Strap in, pull your boots up, bitches.
The thing is, you know what annoys me, right? And I know that it's a totally different situation at Chelsea, and they are performing better than us at the moment. However, they have had a constant stream of positivity from their fans all season, I feel like, and everyone's got behind their young team. And I know that they've not been able to make transfers. I know that, but I feel like, why can't people be like that with United a little bit more? That's how I feel. I feel like, yeah, let's just support these young lads. It's going to be a difficult up and down season. See where we're at the end of the year.
Why can't we be more like Chelsea?
They're very fickle, aren't they, Chelsea fans? Do you remember that?
Mate, I'm sorry, but you look at Man United's online fan base at the minute, and I think there are large sections of it that I do think should be more like Chelsea's online fan base.
Real life fan base.
They were probably calling for him to be sacked after he lost to us, Lampard. A few of them. They're off their heads, Chelsea fans. Remember that guy that had that little sign after he signed for City?
Yeah, well, you don't need to tell me that Chelsea fans are bellends, mate. Yeah, I'm very well aware of that.
I think it's easier for them because they're winning more matches and they've got like a lot, well, probably better players as well, to be honest with you. And they've got that transfer ban.
Lads, they're a team that won the league not long ago. And they're a team that has a quality midfield, whether you like it or not. Jorginho wasn't playing well under Sarri, but he's still a very good player. Kovacic in there is a very good player. Kante is in there. You got all those sorts of players. Most of their younger players. If we were looking at a Mason Greenwood, Tahith Chong, and Angel Gomez that had 2-3 years of loan spells behind them, we'd be in a completely different position. Look at Axel Tuanzebe. He's the ones that we should be comparing to their youngsters. And look where he is right now with that injury. He's starting for us. And I just think comparing to Chelsea is a bit weird. They've obviously spent money a lot better than us over the years. And they're playing from it. Like, Lampard's gone in at a different stage. Also, he will have his patch where things don't go right
totally
for him.
Right.
At the moment, everything's going well. It's Ollie's at the wheel. It's March. It's PSG. It's all that stuff. But he will have a spell where it dips for him. But you got to look at the fact that their team's a lot better. If you give us Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante, you know, we probably win the league.
We probably wouldn't, though, would we?
No, we would, mate. If you put Kante in front of our defence, we won't concede a goal.
I've been shouting it
that
for
midfield
years,
certainly improves us, and it improves us. Like I said, does improve us defensively. It does improve us
Leicester's
going forward.
midfield
I think it's a bit
improves
giddy to say we'd win the league, but it definitely puts us into the top 4.
We'd be right behind Liverpool and City.
This is what it's come to. This is what it's come to. Though. Why are we comparing ourselves to Chelsea fans?
You're right. You're right.
Comparing Chelsea.
Right.
Only Gaz.
I just wish that we'd
rather, you know, I don't care how bad it is at United. I'd rather suffer as a United fan than be a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I'll kick you off the bus.
You
don't you worry.
I was about to say, because he wants to make use of his bus pass still.
Would you let me on the train if I was a Chelsea fan?
Your bus pass would be fucking useless. Right, moving on. What are our targets for this season? I was really worried after the Partizan game, where Ollie, they asked him about going forward in the season, and he couldn't make his mind up between whether we were aiming for top 4 or top 6. And I'm like, mate, you're the manager. Make your choice. So where are we as fans at the minute? Are there any of us here on this video thinking we should be aiming for top 4?
We should be aiming for top 4, but not. If you think we're getting top 4 this season, someone probably needs to sit you down and tell you about the fucking tooth fairy.
So we're aiming for top 4 in the same way that Norwich are aiming for top 4. It's just like...
I know 2 fellas that predicted them finishing in the top 4.
What?
I get that.
One of them might be a brown fella. Hey. One of them might have a beard.
Hey, got excited and thought we were going to...
I didn't say we were still coming top 4. I said 3rd.
Which I believe is in the top 4 of the table.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, me and Steve had a wild night that night.
What to say? To be fair, I did get carried away when we beat Chelsea and said we were going to win title number 21. So
fucking hell. What's your target now then? What is your...
I want us to finish 7th. Is it 7th that don't get Europa?
Depends if you've got a good fair play record. 7th and kick everyone on
whatever
the
don't get you the Europa would be better than finishing 5th or 6th, because I think we don't need to be in it next season. But, you know, we should be aiming for top 4. Of course we should. Manchester United should be aiming for winning the title, but we're not going to, are we?
I know, but, like, realistically, I think top 4's probably off the cards now, November. I know, but just weighing everything up.
Yeah, it takes...
No, it's not off the cards. It's not off the cards. Right now, it looks like it's City, Liverpool, Leicester and Chelsea. And I think Leicester will finish in the top 4. But I think Chelsea playing very well at the moment, but they are relying on young players as well. They will have dips. They may have a few injuries. I wouldn't be completely settled on Chelsea being in that top 4 right now. Although it looks very, very good for them, because I think it's a long season and we'll start to see, you know, how will Lampard react to adversity, to defeat, to injuries, etc. I still think they've got that to handle, but Leicester looking very strong at the minute. They've got a deep squad as well, good players. But I think Chelsea are the only one that a question mark.
Well, we know the classic Glazer phrase, no value in the market. Could we actually see us go in for someone this January?
I think the prospect of possibly even seeing the club sold might have an impact on whether we buy anyone. if you're selling a business, you don't want to invest. I mean, invest's a funny word with them lot anyway, but like, I don't know what, maybe it will, because they've not fucking paid for any of our last lot of transfers, so maybe they'll fucking just sanction it and let the Saudis pay for it if that's going to be happening.
Adam, what do you reckon? Do you reckon January signings?
I think what Ali's already shown, and in what he's been saying as well, is that he will only make the signings if the right ones come along. If there were signings that he would make in a summer transfer window. And with that being said, it is a Euro year, which kind of changes things, because if there's players that aren't in selection for their teams at the moment, they may be looking to move, but are those the players that we want? When you look at the kind of players that you would want to bring into Manchester United, are they going to be moving in January? Possibly not. So the only one I'm thinking about is maybe, that backup striker or something like that. Because whilst it's great to have Martial playing well, Rashford playing well, Greenwood scoring, yesterday all three of them played against Partizan. All three of them played. So when you're looking at that, you're thinking, who's backup if that happens? And usually Martial and Rashford play. So maybe in that position, we'll go for a short-term signing. But I can't see us making any other signings unless they are the players that we would bring in the summer. Because I don't think if Ali's looking at players in the summer and saying, nah, thank you, I'll risk it for the whole season and just go with what I've got, I don't need to waste my time there, then I'm sure he'd do that in January as well. Right, unless we were sitting 18th in the league.
Who knows, mate? Who knows this season? Let's get into predicted 11s then now. Who do we think is going to start in the game against Brighton? Adam, let's start with you, mate.
I think we're going to go back to a back three for some weird reason.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I think because Brighton are pretty well organised, and I think they'll have something up their sleeve. So I think we might just leave three centre-backs back and just absolutely go for them. We saw that at times against Partizan. We had two centre-halves and Fred and McTominay in front of them. In our own half, and then everybody else, including the fullbacks, in their half, which was really weird as well. It created an interesting overload. But against Brighton, David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, Brandon Williams at left wing back, the three centre halves of Harry Maguire, who's hopefully going to be fit, Lindelof, and Rojo.
I like Rojo.
For me, Rojo should be in the first 11 right now.
Chuanzebe still injured?
Absolute quality. And Rojo has been better than Lindelof when he's played this season.
Is Axel still injured?
Yeah,
I think so.
Okay. Understandable.
So that's my defence and my wing backs. I'm going to risk choosing McTominay, even though he had a little knock. I imagine he'll make himself available. So McTominay and Fred. Fred did one horrible pass in the second half against Partizan. But apart from that, I thought we were starting to see signs of the Fred that we signed, even if he's not worth 50 million. And then, so I've got 3, 4. So I've got to do the 1-2 now. I'd love to say Juan Mata again. But for the reasons Steve said earlier, he's probably not going to start. So we'll go Jesse Lingard. He needs to do a lot more to justify starting. But who else can we put there at the moment? And then, actually, could put Danny James, but I just don't see it working with Danny James in off the striker.
Give him a go.
I'll go.
I'd say give him a go. I think Daniel James, he's a brilliant. He's got a great shot on him as well. Like every time he gets it, doesn't matter what position he's in, it seems to hit the target.
I reckon we might stick with the back four, but I'm not going to change now. I'll just go Danny James, Rashford and Marshall.
Think it'll work? I think it'll work. Howson.
I'm just trying to get names in that will start rather than the formation.
Right, okay. See, this is tactical, this, for the leaderboard. I like it. Howson, what's your team?
Are we even doing a leaderboard?
Yeah, we are. It's happening.
Top of it.
Is he actually?
No.
I was
right,
one
so
point, says all you need to know.
What I would... It's not even what I like to see, but what I think would be our best available 11 would be pretty much what Adam's just said. It's definitely going to be Williams at left back, Rojo, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka and De Gea as your back five. Currently, I think our best midfield three, or in the 4-2-3-1 lineup, would be McTominay and Fred, Matter in the hole, and then Rashford, Martial, and James. But I got a question mark over McTominay. We don't know whether he's. I mean, Ollie might say it later in his presser, but we don't know if he's going to be available. There's a doubt on him. Matter, there's a doubt on him because he's played once already this week. So Lingard and Pereira coming in would probably, if I'm in Ollie's shoes, Lingard and Pereira coming in because he's not going to play Ghana. We know this. Carrick isn't registered, so he's not going to play. I don't. It's tough to pick. So I'm going to say the back five. I'll go with the back five. I'm going to say what I'd like to see because
you can tell we were prepared today, Kaya.
This is proper on the huffing. It's like, yeah, whatever.
I have it all wrote down.
Mate, I had 12 players in my team.
What I would like to see then is
He's still wouldn't win. He's doing this.
Pereira and I say like to see. I don't want to see Pereira and Fred, but we're going to see Pereira and Fred. So then I've got to pick my forward four. Now everyone's thinking, how do I fit a number 10 in? Well, I'm saying bollocks to the number 10. Let's go old school 4-4-2 style. We're having it. Full Brexit. Sav it.
Yes.
James on the right.
Brexit,
Rashford on the left. Mason and Tony Marshall down the middle. Let's fucking have it.
Manchester United will be playing a 4-4-2. What's your team, Jay?
Right, well, I've gone
Shout out, Big Johnny.
different to them two. I've gone 3-4-3, apparently.
Go on.
So I've gone Rojo, Maguire, Lindelof,
Fucking hell.
Wan-Bissaka, Williams. Again, lack of options here, so now we're scraping. Fred and Pereira, and James, Martial, and Marcus up front.
Rojo, Maguire, Lindelof.
You just let her on crack if you think Scott McTominay ain't proper.
Nah, but he's not fit, I think. That's the only reason. I'd start him, but
1,000 milligram of painkillers and playing through this game.
He's injected himself with stem cells in his fucking legs, mate. He's never getting injured again. Honestly, he's just rehealing.
He's stuck in our baby fetuses like himself.
Right, opposition, Brighton. What do we know about them? Educate me, someone. Adam.
Good, you know. They're good, man. Graham Potter's doing well with Brighton at the moment.
Potter!
Potter! They play a 4-4-2, I think, mainly. But they're a proper good team effort. They have lost games and conceded a fair few goals on the road.
They've been all over the place, haven't they?
Yeah, they usually win their games at home and lose their games on the road. But having said that, they're still a very good team. They're sitting above us in the league in 8th. And when you look at their side on paper, they're not amazing. When you look at them, they got obviously someone like Proper's a decent player and things like that. But I think it's just a proper good team effort. And I used to watch Swansea a lot because one of my friends plays for Swansea, and like Graham Potter was the manager there, and I watched him a lot last season. And he does play good football. He coaches his teams pretty well, and there's no surprise that Brighton are doing well in the league. So I think this is a very difficult game. You know. I think it's a difficult game. I think it could be 0-0 at half time. And if it is, we just have to keep our heads and not panic and just keep going. Because we'll get the chance eventually. They do concede goals, but they're very well organised and they can sit in well and hit you on the counter-attack. But with a 4-4-2, 2 banks of 4, there should be gaps.
Seem like
there should be gaps.
They seem like one of them teams that can get themselves up for it when they fancy it, but half the time they're just fucking shit. But
more players do.
Man United, they're going to be up for it as they always are. So, Howson, what do you have to say about Brighton?
Well, they played a back three a lot, and it's the majority of their games this season. They've played the back three. They got stuffed by City and Chelsea with the back three, but they went with pretty much a 4-4-2 against Everton, Norwich and Spurs, which was arguably their best performances so far this season. And I can't make my mind up whether Potter's going to go with a 3 because he obviously thinks there's something maybe defensive in a 3, which is probably accurate to a certain degree, but they're not very good at it. Or if he goes with a 4, he might come attacking for us. The conundrum you've got with United at the moment is if you attack us, we're better.
Yeah, exactly.
If you try and sit off us, we're shit. So I almost...
You give us more than 45% possession.
Yeah. Unless it's the situation like last night against Partizan. I'm really
Where they're shit.
unsure about how they're going to rock it up. They do a lot in both the 3 at the back and the 4 at the back. They allow chances to be created, but they also attack in numbers, which is why they've scored goals. I think it's Dunk. Their leading assister this season is a centre half. What's all that about?
Say Dunk against it.
Dunk.
Thunk.
Dunk.
He doesn't like.
So
he doesn't like take the
I
pens
think
or
this could be a
anything,
really
does he?
intriguing game.
Hey,
I
Dunk.
don't think this has got 0-0.
So Donkey biscuits.
Try to think.
Dunk.
What?
Dunk doesn't take a pen.
You dip your biscuits or donkey biscuits.
The fuck do you think?
Come
Dip's
on.
a finesse move, and that ain't in me, mate.
He's a man's man,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I like to
can't.
like
He's got-
rip the
he
whole.
stinks of dunking
I like to
him.
rip the whole plastic off a biscuit, put my hands behind my back, and fucking have at it like Kobe Ashes.
Surely it depends on the fucking biscuit. You dunk a
This is why
custard
you watch
cream, but you
FullTimeDEVILS.
dip a
Shut up, guys.
digestive.
No, it don't. Every biscuit can be fucking mullered.
Mate, who gives a fuck biscuits, innit? Right, score
Has
prediction.
Steve finished now, Bar?
I think so, yeah.
Right, I was lost the will to fucking live. Brighton.
He hates us.
Do you know what it is? Your Skype signal's so bad that when you two start talking, a lot of the time, it just cuts out and goes all Daft Punk. So I just sit here going, I don't know what to say.
You're not missing anything, to be honest with you.
Score
You
prediction.
understand?
You're not going to ask me about Brighton?
What do you fucking know about Brighton?
Aaron
Nothing.
Connolly's a good player.
Right, score prediction.
I'm going to go with 3-1 to United.
3-1. Howson, score prediction.
Three 0.
What?
That's crazy, man. We ain't going to score 3
You
goals.
would. You would.
To be fair,
Ain't we scored more than 1 goal for this week already?
Yeah, so we'd probably shit out a
The
lot.
week?
But I feel like
The month.
We might
mate.
get
like-
7 pens and score 3 goals that way.
3-0. I'll tell you what, if it's 3-0 at half time, I'll just go home. How about that?
Sure,
Oh, yeah.
No one really gives
Sure,
a
a
fuck
lot of
if I do
fans
or
who
don't,
sit
but
around you
I'm
are
just
fucking
saying.
really hoping for a 3-0 now. Right, Adam, score prediction, pal. He's not heard me, has he?
Yeah, as he's
You
thinking.
know what? Anthony Martial has got his mojo back. Marcus Rashford got his Marcus Rashford has definitely got his mojo back. You know how you know he's got his mojo back? He missed the sitter yesterday, and he still took the goal that he took just like that. It was amazing.
Let's not forget, he missed a penalty and then scored after that as well recently. He's not that
man.
type of player, is he?
No, but I don't know, man. I'm scared. We've been here before.
He's got-
They suck you in, man. They give you this
He
false
could
hope.
already be on double figures this season if he fucking took his penalty.
I think Rashford's got a good mentality, man. I think.
I'm going 4-0 FC return.
Oh,
I'm going to go much more
I
conservative.
was going to go for what bottled it.
oh, mate.
Much more conservative, but I still think we'll get the win 2-1.
Epstein did not kill himself. Look into
Hashtag
it.
look
That's the
into
sign. Steve's holding up.
You can't talk until he puts it down, can you? You've got to wait till he puts it
He's
down.
allowed to say
so
that.
then it
That
makes
seems
the
like
cut.
a reasonable. It is a bit suspicious, isn't it? How he was on
It's
suicide.
gonna make the cut.
Hey,
Go on, score prediction.
I've done it. I said 3-1.
Oh, did you? All right.
Yeah.
Nice one. Right, see you in a bit. That's the end of the preview. Laters. Bye.